Okie dokie artichoke. So, like I promised, tonight is Instapot spaghetti. And while this cooks, I'm also going to be doing my salsa. If y'all are interested in that, it's like I said, it's pretty good. Elias, I was telling the story that Elias used to sell it at work years ago because he works at a warehouse with a bunch of guys, and he sold it for $5 a quart mason jar. But what Elias didn't tell people is that I was actually making hot sauce. I never got any money for that, but I did it. So what we're gonna do, our meat is very lean. I think it's like 94.6. So I also want to saute an onion, and right now my Instapot is on saute. You hit the saute button, and it's just generally set to 30 minutes. You're not going to need that much time anyway, but it'll say on and high. So I'm going to take about a tablespoon of oil, and we're just going to kind of move that around the Instapot just to make sure we get the bottom covered really well. There we go. So I hope that y'all can see that. Now, I already cut up some onion, and this is about, I would say that's probably a quarter cup of chopped onion. Y'all know Katie doesn't really like onion, but I have to put it in there. I have to. So I know I should probably wait a couple of minutes and let this get hotter, but I can actually, being this close, I can feel the heat. But I wanted to be this close, because if not, I would have had to, stand on Gimpy, and Gimpy doesn't like that for a long period of time. It starts to hurt. So I'm just going to add my onions. Oh, look how fast I heat it up, y'all. You hear it? That was quick. Okay. So move that out of the way. Now I have this, I've had this spoon, this wooden spoon, for older than my daughter, and she's 25, okay? It's like, I feel like I've always had this wooden spoon. See, I've burnt it, like right there, by laying it over a hot pan. Yeah, and the fire got it. Several places. And it's just old, but it's trusty. And I love it. Ooh, those onions smell good. I'm going to have to back that just a little bit. Okay, let me get my ground beef. Okay, so I got this from H-E-B, and it's 2 pounds, and it was just at about $11. I mean, you have to pay for it. So I'm going to use about a half a pound, because it is just Caitlin and I. Elise doesn't like spaghetti, so what I'll do is with the leftover hamburger meat, I'll probably make him hamburgers for lunch tomorrow. He got his second coronavirus shot, so he's not really feeling real great right now, and I seriously doubt he's going to eat. So we're just going to take about a quarter of that. You know what, let's just take this quarter. That'll even out to about a quarter pound. Okay, so I'm going to start moving my meat around. It's going to cook fast. And that's the wonderful thing, I think, about the Instapot, is how fast everything cooks. So, you're working all week. You want a good dinner. You don't want to pay for food delivery. You don't want to stand over the stove all friggin' night. Cooking. This is a great alternative. And I have to tell y'all, they make the best wings. I had to do an Instacart because, Elliot couldn't take me to the grocery store. And Katie, y'all know, doesn't drive the freeways. So I had to do an Instacart. And the funny thing was, I ordered tomatoes. I meant to order 2 pounds, but now you can order by the item. So I put 2, and I thought it was going to be 2 pounds of onions. Same thing, I did it with the jalapenos also. And it was just 2 of each. So I had to go to the store today after the eye doctor, which I'll fill y'all in on what happened there. Okay, so now we're gonna add some garlic. I'm just wondering if I should add more garlic. You know what? Let's go ahead. This is a pretty foolproof foolproof recipe. Okay, so y'all watch my meat for me. I'm gonna go wash my hands and grab something for this garlic. Hold on. Okay, I'm coming. Hold on. Ooh, my water is boiling. That's excellent. Okay. All right. Let me just smush that up a little bit. Now, see how that turns on you like that? People say if you get a large size binder clip and you clip it, the lip to this little lip right there, it'll keep it from moving back and forth. Because that can be a pain in the butt. So I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic. I've got, let's say, a tablespoon of garlic, because we like garlic. So I'm going to add that. You can add a half a teaspoon and see how you feel about it, okay? If you want to add more, go ahead. So this is almost done. I've also got some Italian seasoning. Now, this gives me major heartburn, so I'm only going to add a little bit. I'm using Hunt's traditional spaghetti sauce, or marinara, whatever you want to call it, marinara. Let's see if I can smell it too much. No, that's perfect. Okay. Let's say that was a half a teaspoon. Let's just say that. Now I'm going to add basil. And let's do a half, well, let's do a whole teaspoon. It's very mild. Okay. So as y'all can see, my meat is pretty lean. Now I'm not going to have to drain this, which is also a wonderful thing. Okay. Okay. So, let's let that finish up real quick. I know I'm reaching, I'm sorry. I want to put my hamburger meat up. I don't want to leave it out while the rest of that cooks. So we've got our onions, our seasonings, our hamburger meat. The next thing we have to add, come over here. I have got, right here, I'm using 2 cups of chicken broth. You can use water. You can even use beef bouillon if you want to. So I'm just going to use a little bit right now, just to make sure nothing is stuck. Because if you get meat stuck on your pan, you know, it leaves those little things behind. Your Instapot is going to tell you that whatever you have in here is burning, which is not true. And if it does do that also, it can mean that you don't have enough liquid in there. Alright, that looks good. So right now I'm just going to stick that over here. The next thing we are going to grab, let me move the oil, is going to be our spaghetti noodles. You're going to want to use about 8 ounces. So if you have a 16 ounce, excuse me. So if you have a 16 ounce bag or box of spaghetti, you're going to want to use half of that. Now I've got, I think I've got a lot. I've got like over 30, I think I have like 36 ounces in here. So another way I tell is by the handful. You take a handful, about like that. I would say more than that. It's gonna have to make a, pretty good, a sizable amount. So we're going to go with that and say that that is 8 ounces. We're going to say that's 8 ounces. See? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to break it into 3s. Now, this is the important part I want y'all to see. You take your noodles and you lay them down and you go crisscross, 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 and we're gonna do this with all of your noodles. And you know what? Let's turn off that saute. Hold on. I'm trying to turn it off. There we go. Okay, I turned it off because we don't want it to keep cooking. I don't want the hamburger meat to get stuck to the bottom. So the reason you do this is if you were just to drop these in there just like that, this is how they're gonna come out. They're gonna be clumpy. So you want to crisscross them. And we're just gonna do the same thing. Crisscross, crisscross, like a bird's nest. Okay. And those are pretty good, I think, bite-sized pieces. So, and if you have any clumps, just kind of move them around. Now, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to add our chicken broth. Do not add it directly over your noodle mixtures. Over here to the side. You're just going to go around the sides. Let me put this down and then move my arm around. Okay, so just going all the way around the outside of the Instapot. There we go. Okay. Now, the next thing we are going to do, once we put this lid back on, because we're a freak like that, I love these. I don't know, y'all couldn't see it, but I love these. I have them for all my pasta and my rice. Yes. Okay, so we, as y'all know, if you saw that steak video, I don't even know what happened to it, okay? I don't know. But anyway, we're going to put mushrooms in ours. I know some people in particular who do not like mushrooms, so please do not add them. Okay, now, we have talked before about if your family isn't getting enough fiber, they won't eat their fruits and vegetables. Now is a good time for that Benefiber powder that we used before. Now, I changed my channel. I didn't mean to. I meant to just change my name, but I still couldn't see, so like an idiot, I created a whole new channel, and now my old channel is gone. So, anyway, oh, I almost forgot. No, we'll do that at the end. Okay, so, this is my tomato sauce. Oh, look what I did. Okay, I was trying to show y'all the size because I still have problems with my vision. But hey, watch me go. I'll tell you the size in a minute after done wearing it. I don't know, y'all. You tell me. What size is that? Okay. Thank goodness for handy paper towel because that was beyond special. So now what we're going to do for us, and I know also there's some people that I know very well that don't like this, but I have to do it because if I don't, Katie and I, our stomachs will just be ripped apart. So I've got a third, you know what, we're going to go with, we got a tablespoon of sugar, maybe a half a tablespoon. And we're just going to put that down like that because I don't need any acid reflux, thanks. Now you're going to take the back of your spoon and just kind of push things down. I mean, you don't want your noodles, oh look, I was going to say you don't want your noodles all breaking up, but it's fine. So now, let's get our Instapot lid. This is, everybody knows this is the hard part. Unbelievable, I got it. So mine is a newer model. You used to have to take this knob and switch it to vent, or seal. Well, I don't have to do that. It does it by itself. So then you're going to come over and you're going to find your pressure cook. Mine is, there's like 3 rows of about 4 to 5 buttons. Mine is the first one on the top row. We are going to go, okay, so, no, I don't want an hour. We must have made some big time on that last time. I'm going to cook mine for 7 minutes. That makes, okay, so 6 minutes is al dente with a pretty good chew. 7 minutes is just al dente. 8 minutes is like soft, and if you go beyond that, then you're gonna have mush, which I guess if you're making this for a baby, that would be just fine. Okay, this is gonna take me forever because it was set at like an hour and 15 minutes. So let me get down to 7. This is the way that you have to do it. Oh. Okay, then we're gonna hit the start button. Y'all hear that? Let me show you. If I can show you here. Excuse me. How it says on high. Let me move that. See? On high. So what it's doing right now is it's creating steam. When it builds up to pressure, then it's going to start the 7-minute countdown. Then you're going to have to let it, the air vent out. Some people let it do naturally. I don't, because that takes too long. But I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so now, look at me. Okay, we are going to take our garlic. I don't know if y'all can see. I'm not bragging or anything, but I don't know if y'all can see the difference of the color in my eyes since I got that cataract surgery. So let's set you up over here now. I don't know. We'll find out how this goes because I have a lot of ingredients in the way. Let me move. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that is way too high, Caitlin. Okay, let me lower you. And I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. Y'all know I am far from being a pro. I mean, so far that it's not even funny. I could be in a whole nother country. Shoot, a whole nother universe. Okay, so let me tighten you. Over here is going to be our salsa, okay? I don't know, y'all. Okay, that's too damn high. Let's see if that works. Look at my ugly kitchen. Okay. Oh, yeah, all right. So, there's the pot right there, boiling water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tomatoes. So, I'm using mostly Roma tomatoes because for me they're meatier. But I've noticed that when you use all Roma, your salsa's really kind of thick. So, I am throwing in a couple, regular vine, whatever. So I think this is 4, 5. So I have 6 Roman tomatoes. And then I just have, now I'm using these 2 because they're about to go bad. And they do, like I said, they have more juice. So what we're doing is we're just blanching. That means you're putting them in hot water and not for very long. What it's going to do is it's going to make the skin around the tomato come off. So let's let that bring back up to a boil. Okay, well, what happened was, after I lost my leg and I was in rehab for 3 months, I came home and I don't remember what I was going to make in the blender, probably hot sauce, and the plastic thing was gone. So I asked Elias, I'm like, where is it? Do you know where it is? He said, I lost it. I'm like, I wasn't here. And the last time I was here, it was on this machine because I made sure I kept it. I don't know why I put that lid on because I have to do this first. Okay, so I'm going to try to see if I can slide this over so you can see what we're doing. Slide that back. It's hitting the cabinet. There we go, that's good. Okay, so that is just coming back up to a boil. So this is what we're gonna do. The Instacart person delivered my jalapenos. I want to show you how huge they are. These are from H-E-B. They're pretty big. They're nice. They're really good for making, my sliced jalapenos with. So I'm going to use 3 because Elise likes it, spicy. I can handle it too, just not too spicy. So I've got 3 jalapenos, okay? We're just going to cut the tops off. Then I'm going to cut them in half, and I'm going to put them inside the blender, okay? Now, you don't want all of your dry ingredients at the bottom of your blender, because then when you go to turn it on, it's not going to mix. It has no fluid to help it move. So right now, I'm just going to put in my jalapenos, because my tomatoes are almost done. They only take a couple minutes. So let's do that. Got our jalapenos in there. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a teaspoon of garlic. Y'all can see that? It's a pretty heaping because there again, we like garlic. So there's that. We're going to put that in there, okay? Next thing we're going to add is going to be a teaspoon of salt. Now, the good thing about the salt is when you're done mixing your salsa, try it first before you start pouring it into jars or storing it or eating it, because you want to make sure it has enough salt, or else it just doesn't taste right. So this is my big sweet onion. I'm going to use half of this. But before I do that, I need to move these other jalapenos out of my way because I need that strainer. So, let me find some place to put them. I'm just going to put them on the counter for right now. And to be honest with you, he did not buy me as many as I wanted him to. I wanted 14, but he only got me 12. Anyway, well, we'll be alright. I think we'll be fine. So, let me get my tongs, if I can hear there. Well, not the way I wanted, but, okay. So this is how we do this. So there's my tomatoes, as y'all can see over here in this pot. Let me move the blender back as much as I can, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn them off. I'm going to pick up a tomato. And I'm just going to squeeze them a little bit. Y'all know what? I don't think he's done because his skin's not coming off very easily. His skin should see like that. Hold on, let me turn this back on. The Roma, I guess the Roma tomato skin is probably thicker. So y'all see that juice coming out? Okay, we want to get that out. Ooh, look at that. You're smushing the tomato, because we don't want our salsa very, very runny. So if you go to a restaurant and you're like, wow, that's really runny, they're probably not squeezing their tomatoes. So mine is still saucy. But, I don't want it running down my arm like I just did with the tomato sauce. So this is aroma. I squeezed it. Can y'all see the peeling coming off? I'll show it to you once we get them all out. But it does make it easier to clean them. Okay, he needs a little bit more time. Let's just let him go. Just keep grabbing. Oh, that's a great one. The tomatoes on the vine, they blanch really quickly. It's just the aromas, like I said, they have that thicker skin. But the thing is, there it goes. If you squeeze it really hard and not a lot comes out, just use it, because that means it wasn't, messed up. Okay, I think our Instapot just turned on. I heard a beep. That's a good sign. Okay, squeeze it. That one had a lot of juice. Okay, tell y'all if that's all of them. Because I didn't count. No, it's not even close. Okay, this one, the skin is already coming off. Let's grab him. I think this is the problem child. No, he's good. Look at that, y'all. See that? How he's squeezing out? Okay. Now I think that's it. Okay. Now we know these are going to be hot. Because steam's coming off of them. Alright, let me get over here. Let me just go ahead and take this off though. Okay. I want y'all to be able to see it. So what I do is I just take it and pull up on the skin. And it generally comes off pretty good. If not, you can always use a knife. But they don't have to be perfect. You just don't want a lot of it. Because there again, I don't know if you go to a restaurant and you get those, they look like balled up, you know, rolled up, like the skin is rolled up. Well, that's what it is. They didn't take the skin off of the tomatoes. Or not enough of it. See, like that, it comes off pretty easily. It's not a chore. It's more of a pain in the butt to clean it up than it is to peel them. Okay. Let me keep working on this, y'all. I bet you that spaghetti is probably going to be done before the salsa is. Alright. So like I said, we're just peeling it off. Now what I want to do, because these aromas are dry, let's go ahead and squeeze it. There's some skin I can pull off. There's some more right there. I might not be able to get it all. Ooh, yes I did. Oh, that's stuck on there. And it's too hot to play with, you know. Too hot. So while we do this, I'll tell you what happened at the ear, nose, and throat doctor today. I was a little disappointed, actually, going to and from the appointment, besides the regular Metro Lift Bitch Fest. Because I wanted them to go 59 South, which would have made sense, but they were picking up other people because I wanted y'all to see downtown and Minute Maid Park where the Astros play, the Toyota Center where the Rockets plays down there, and we've got the George R. Brown Convention Center, and across the street from that is, I think, BBV something. That's where they play. I don't follow soccer, so I don't know. I don't follow really any sports, but we were brought up watching football, that's for sure. I've never been to a football game, but I've been to a couple of baseball games, and I enjoyed them. Now, one thing that I've noticed some people do is they'll add tomato sauce to their salsa. I don't. It tastes too fake to me. Okay. Is that it? No, there's a baby right there. He's sick. We'll get him. He's got... So anyway, I was hoping they'd go by downtown because I wanted to film it for y'all and do, you know, just a short. So I went, of course, to the ear, nose, and throat doctor, and he says they're smoker's polyps, you know, from smoking, definitely. Let me move this out of the way, y'all, so that we have more room. Okay. So he said he could do surgery, but you know, if I don't quit smoking anything, it's not going to last, so there's really no point. I told him, you know, I did it to myself, I know that, but I'm not going to, I'm sorry, I know it's horrible, but I don't want to quit smoking. I feel like I've given up so much, and I just don't, I enjoy it, I'm sorry. It's a horrible thing, but I do. It's nasty, it's expensive, but damn it. I don't do any, well, never mind. I was going to say I don't do anything else. Well, I don't drink. I definitely don't drink and drive. That would just be wrong. So he said he knew a doctor at Methodist that might know something about it that he doesn't. You know, because the man down there, I guess, is more advanced, whatever. But I don't feel like there's probably going to be anything people can do unless I quit. And I told the doctor that. I said, it's on me now. I know that. You know, I know that. But he's like, you could do it. It would last maybe a couple months. But I don't want to do that to myself, because if I start singing again and then it gets taken away from me again because of my own stupidity, I'll be really pissed off. Okay, so I cut another quarter of that onion. I can just tell by looking at it that it's going to need more. It's probably going to need more salt too. So over here, I do have some cilantro. I just take a handful and pull it. I do try to get the big stems off, because there again, nobody wants to eat that. So if you find, you know, ones that are still attached to long stem, just peel them off, just pull it. Okay. We here at our house do like cilantro. I know there are some also that don't like that. If you don't like it, just omit it. This is not, it's how I make it. It's my recipe. But you, of course, please do it to your taste, your liking. That's what it's about. So I'm going to add a little bit more. That's the Instapot. It's done already. So we're going to let it naturally release the steam, because we're still cooking. Okay, now we got a lime. I'm going to cut this lime in half. And I don't think it's real juicy. I don't see any seeds, which is good. So we're just gonna, yeah, that is a sucking lime. I rolled it, but I should have stuck it in the microwave for a minute. But we'll get as much out of it as we can. Just squeeze it. And to be honest with you, you could actually put some of the pulp in there, which I think I might do, because I'm not getting any juice at all. So I'm going to kind of peel this lime. I'm just going to take my knife and go around the meaty part. See? Leave the rind behind. Haha, leave the rind behind. So let's just throw that sucker in there. We're going to do the same with this one. That's a secret that no one will probably ever tell you, that you can do this. They probably don't want you to do it for whatever reason. I don't know, but like I said, just make sure there's no skin on it. So let's put that in there. We'll give that one more good squeeze. Now, I'm going to add